All characters are fictional and it contains sexual connotations. So for all you prudes out there, turn off. Speak your truth. As my teeth chatter and lips curl up, flaring nostrils, I imagine dragging your curly hair backwards through the mud. Revenge is sweet. You always rely on reputation to put out the evil that's inside me. It's assertive energy protecting me. She is a bad friend. Betrayal. I do not need you as a friend. You have treated me as amusement, even joking about my amputation, telling me I'm the butt of your jokes. Hope you don't mind. At the time I said no. But I do mind, especially now. My fierce, protective side, for me, will not allow you to make me the butt of your jokes. My silence will meet you as well. You phoned my brother, told him how you were worried. So was Mama. Meanwhile, you didn't phone me. I know you wanted me to be put in hospital since it was harvest time. You are cruel. I'm glad I'm out of how cruel the person is for telling me. We both have kids in common. You met her twice. Find your own friends. Me pulling away will hurt you more. What would it matter if somebody told her, you said. This part of me only lets people in that have my back. No longer will people tread on me. No more nice guy. The glee in your face, wide smile of my cruel behaviour. I was exuding power. For once I had all the power, after feeling so powerless. With your absent messages, you couldn't be as rude as I knew you wanted to be. I still have a full deck and always will. I'm so glad I don't care about my reputation, although putting my best foot forward, giving value, I continue to do to help humanity. I know people will follow my lead, bringing equality back to our majestic world. You left no words of kissing. You usually say you want to. You think I wrote blue high heel shoes about you. You are not my muse. You lied the day I got frostbite, said that I hadn't talked to her. Afterwards you told me you had, and she had phoned you. You also lied when I looked after your kid and said you were cleaning. Really, you were home, somebody told me. Clearly both of you have been not looking out for me. Thank you for pointing out the per se issues I wasn't aware of. I should be more careful in the future. If this was a chest, I would have half the pieces left. You would have a couple of pawns. I'm not ashamed of what we did. The oppression that's in you with your family values, I don't give a flying fuck about your reputation. It's brought up a hood of different emotions about you. Anger. I need to forgive you both. Not quite sure how I'm going to be able to do that. How long I can hold out my silence. Silence is golden. I feel better about breaking up. It's properly over. No turning back. And I can live to prove my theory. Long-term relationships lose spark. Abstaining increases maximum pleasure. I feel so wet after I talked to North Carolina. Your disgust at me slashing my wrists. Pierced lips. I can't believe you did that. Your words precisely. Sex, lies and betrayal. What more does everybody want? I am me unapologetically. You said how you really liked my writing. You inspire me. One part wanting to do the opposite of the other feeling, both emotions nasty. Side is heavy, pulls down in my feet. The nice side light fills with love. The nasty side would not tolerate betrayal of you both. With your with your cold words, I don't want to fly and see you, you said when I was in hospital, when I asked you to come and see me holding up your reputation, sending flowers and nuts. When you realised how disabled I was, you started ghosting me. Palpitating lip pulses up and down. If you don't tell the truth, we can't deal with it. It's very freeing not to have a good reputation. You're not the only one to regret me. South Africa and North Carolina have been the only couple of women I'm in contact with. And feel when I tell people I've lost my fingers to frostbite, my pushy manner and my writing too much about sex. As women, we have been shut down. While I'm not going to be quiet, and I'm going to speak my truth. A voice of freedom, of speech of free will. It annoys me that I'm temporarily shut down from expressing myself. Two people say, this is you. Well, this is part of me. I'm not going to deny it, push it down. Undesirable emotion. I can write freely with no guidelines, rules to follow, straight from the heart. It annoys me how you said I got a system in place for winter. It annoys me when I can't remember. I'm laughing. My heart raced when you sent the message. Hysterical laughter for hours. It felt like being told off by a teacher, and you shouldn't laugh. Then agitated, annoyed, polar opposite of the other feelings for you. Teeth clench. You said you wanted to write. North Carolina wants friends with benefits and have mind-blowing sex. It's getting really heated. You must really hate me now. I shamed you. Thoughts create more thoughts, so it's not the answer for letting you go. North Carolina's voice, even more sexy than yours. A good friend would have known the night I got frostbite that I needed to be with somebody. And if you were a good friend, you would have known not to have left the phone until you knew I was safe. This is taking a dark turn, asking her if she should phone the police. No, was her reply. Come round mine tomorrow. I didn't feel any blame towards either of you until now. I wanted you to clean. You said no to that. I still can't find some hardcore painkillers. You gave away my chickens, and when I came home there was 3 inches of fur everywhere of 2 months of not cleaning. Liquid was oozing from my heel. Asking to do things, look after your dog, turn your you didn't have enough respect to phone me, wasting my time. Asking to look after your kid, and then an hour before I'm going to come round counsel. It upset me and your kid. It's a shame. I enjoy your company, although it's mainly after you put me in hospital. When I came back to the farmhouse, my phone charger had disappeared. I remember I was in the car. You said you would go and get it, bring it to me tomorrow. You never did. When I got home, there was no charger. Luckily, I brought one at the pharmacy. The power went out. I felt safe with my phone in place. In the beginning, you started sorted weed. You'd asked me what I wanted. You wanted weed from me. You asked me what I wanted. Your time, you must want something. I said food. So we started an exchange. I said cleaning, and you didn't want to do that. You always wanted me at yours. You'd come and ask me for more. It really annoyed me. And to give to me and for me to give to other people. Centered on yourself, talking non-stop for hours, mostly on writing, part something, except one time when she was here. You told me you find her attractive. You said that about women that are close to me. This was discreet for 2 years. The first time I have written about sexual things, and surprised at the disgust of some people. It's acceptable to watch people being killed. Something drastically needs to change. Yet again, you turned my thoughts into your world. You can't take away what you did, and if you feel shame for a beautiful act, that's your problem. And we'll do what we can to talk about sex more. There's a lack for sure. There is a lot of love behind that letter, something you didn't acknowledge. It's my fault for letting people treat me badly. I can no longer tolerate it, and will not put myself in a situation where they have the power. When you were talking to me in hospital, you let me pack my pot box in my bag. Again, not looking after me. You know I was lonely. COVID for me has expanded my life for the better. More people are into chatting, and I'm having good conversations. Living in the moment, connecting with people all over the world. I need help filling in an application, sending an email to get the ball rolling. It's frustrating. I still haven't found a woman that will teach me to fill it in. I have a phobia with paperwork. My idea is a web design, so I've got to get over it. Nostrils flaring, fuel to the fire. We needed a clean break. This is more like it. You can stop getting your knickers in a twist. North Carolina has had 8 years of repression. She is steamy. I wasn't going to let you have the last word, text word. I'm blowing air into the bubble, starting to feel lighter, turned off Wi-Fi. I have to get rid of my needy energy, then I will get help to fill in the form. Another thing you said you wouldn't help me with. You offer no value to me, toxic and disposable. You chose your alliance. You cover up, thinking I had seen her name, but I hadn't. You get yet again you grasped yourself up. A warrior, you stand by me, not replying to her, spoke words of love, told me to find them, take it down. I wouldn't like it if you put that up of me. It's the best sex I've had, I shouted back. Talk to her, I don't want to. On the third day, I found love. Took them down, most annoyed part of me that wanted to prolong suffering. I'm no longer burdened with my people-pleasing ways. It gives me joy. I'm feeling stronger with myself. I can make a difference to a world, letting go of people that do not respect me, holding dear people that love me. My therapist confirmed I shouldn't use names. Rules were made to be broken. In fact, I could have left up a lot of the content. The little respect I have for you won that today. 3 days of turmoil. Lip curls up, nostrils flare. I grew up with the saying, save your pennies and the pounds will look after themselves, never a borrower or lender be. Money is the root of all evil. No longer do I have these beliefs. Money is energy. We are all energy. You wrote while I was in hospital the second time asking if I wanted to talk. When I got out, said I did, you refused. Yet again, cruel. Something your friend as well did for a couple of months. I would video call, she wouldn't answer. Seems I have to forgive you both. How am I going to be able to do that? Ask the universe, it will tell you. I have no one to answer to, and I do not care of your judgmental self. Women have been shut down for too long. I have so many things plague my thoughts. Thoughts create more thoughts. Being a people pleaser, I repressed my dark side, which has endearing qualities of honour. That's some good, how they'd say in Nova Scotia. I'm not bound by making money, holding on to it, saving it for the future. I want to make the future spend as much money, giving maximum value all round. When we went for a coffee, I brought one of each of all the cakes. Delicious for me, happy owner, and you. You're writing a book for money. I'm giving mine for free. I'm enjoying documenting my thoughts. It's empowering. Words do not judge. Not a lot of depth to you. I find it hardest to chat with people via Messenger. I think of the scars of your abandonment, rejection towards me over the last 2 years. I was crazy. On the phone, and for not coming to see me, keep me safe. You want to shut me down. I'm loud and I'm proud. Maybe we will have a Christmas special. My lips curl up, teeth chatter. Christmas Day, Boxing Day. The other side of the coin. When I thought you were following me on Instagram, I didn't follow you back. Was happy you were watching me. That's my dirty pleasure. If you had helped me fill that form, I wouldn't be so busy to think of you. You told me my mother downloaded into you that I need to find my spiritual side. Boxing Day, lips curl. You want all the benefits without helping. When I asked you to get the ultraviolet light, you avoided me. But still, you come round to want to come round to use the internet. Harvest time, I say yes, but you flaked on me, said another day. I said live on Facebook that I was going to speak my truth and didn't have time for flakes. You mentioned cyberbullying. Well, I consider ghosting, disloyalty, disrespect, broken promises, judgmental people, bullying behaviour. If you ever made a film, I'd be honoured to be in it. The mermaid painting I gave you, as it goes, I have quite a lot to say. I'm quite opinionated. I'm enjoying my new found voice. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. Stop talking about it. So much talk, not enough action. Notice where you criticise, it reflects back at yourself. Where you judge, I'm only just getting started, filled with support from my spirit friends. I am an Aries, child of the zodiac, tactless, lives in the moment, self-centered, the ram, first sign of the zodiac, rat, born 1972, clever, crafty, low down, dirty rat. Embrace, love your dark side. That's why my brother's wife hates me. I ruined her reputation. Stay in line. This is for my little rascal. My mum used to call me that. Jackass. I think my dad called me that. I needed to ask you for help. Help me get over myself. I twitch, lower lid, a couple of tugs down. You're wanting to oppress my expression. Pierced lips. I thought I'd got over my self-pity. It looms heavy in my absent toes. In truth, I wouldn't care to make love. Being spared the heartache, I'm damaged goods, fragile and intolerant of people's invading my space. My heart races, palpitating down below, imagining your fingers lifting my skirt, lightly touching me between my legs, teasing me, my lips moist, ready to touch yours. I push my finger up, hitching my skirt, legs crossed, fire roaring, candle flickering. Lips part, I slightly bite, breathing shallow, buzzing zen space, all possibilities. The music stopped, chickadees flutter outside. Adirondack chair opposite me, completely naked. Take your knickers off, you dirty whore. No, I shan't. My knickers fell. I walk around the kitchen, occasionally feeling a wet spot. I push my amputated finger inside, warm and wet. I bend over in the bathroom, pull up my skirt, tap my arse with a massage brush. Knickers round my ankles, pushing my sensitive finger around my wet bulging clit. It's emotions that get us, ladies, hot under the collar. North Carolina was upset when I said I have a friend that shares her values. She called me 21 times, a record for me. I left her a message letting her know I turned my phone off when I'm not using it, and the sound of her voice made me wet again. Women are ruled by their emotions. No is a turn on. In the moment I had 2 likes and 2 dislikes. I knew I had something. My abstinence holds strong, drives me with vigour, no expectations. You're not going to get her wet by saying yes. My hometown girls pinch your ass, then giggle. I didn't have aspirations to be a whore. After hitchhiking to Bournemouth, girlfriend and boyfriend in tow, a bedsit, rent to pay, my comrade, you wanted me to stay. Dancing women, you placed your hand in the handbags, me watching from our circular seat. $50, money for my rent, thank you. 17, too fast to live, too young to die. I let him insert his knobbly dick in exchange for 10 penguin acid tabs and a few grams of speed, 30 cash. Blowjobs, £20, my usual pop. I would time myself 10 minutes from pick-up to finishing and being dropped off, £700 a night. I earned it fast and spent it fast. I dreamt of my mother and desks floating, moving through water. I wondered if the orthotics lady will send me another Christmas card. Over 1,000. I have the money but want to spend it on other things, a computer for my website idea. Sometime you follow and watch me give head, sliding my tongue over his shaft, fingers gripped around his dick, up and down. I attempted to get counselling. She was judgmental. I felt it, being an empath. She verbalised it too. Another one betrayed me. Get in the car. I get in, he stops. Central locking goes down. He had been paying me $150 a week, so I would solely be his. I took his money and continued to go out. If you're going to behave like a whore, I'm going to treat you like one. I love you, I kept repeating. Non-stop talking. He let me go. My mistake was to get back in. His wet, sopping tongue violated me. I will kill you, he says after he fingered me in his wife's bed, wet with the smell of her. He didn't need to lick his fingers. The therapist, however, brought up a once forgotten thought. Gasping for breath, he holds his large hands around my throat. The bath water covers my face. He lets me take a small breath, pushing me back down again. I'm scared, but knew I could hold my breath a long time, longer than he thought. "Be quiet! Move!" he shouts. My friend talks to me. I'm 10 years old. He puts me in the naughty table. I didn't do any more work. We would time ourselves, how long we could hold our breath. I reached 2 minutes. That was a worthwhile year, thank you, my buddy. How did you know I wouldn't kill you? I was wary of getting into his car. I saw that you let the other girls go. I gave him a girl. Her first time out, she wanted to follow her mum's footsteps. It stopped her from doing it again. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I did that. You came from Liverpool and it was terrible behaviour. I swallowed the pen. I swallowed the penguin acid tab. Please, master, I beg you. What do you want me to do? Treat me badly. Give me more money. As I strike repeatedly, red slash marks across his bare chest, his rock-hard dick. As I repeatedly insult him, cum shoots over his head, hits the wall. "120 miles an hour on the dual carriageway, usually straight, becomes curvy. It's nothing for the Porsche, thirsty for speed. You'll never want to do acid again after you do this. What is it? An E. Porn plays in the background of the club. Music is love, everything is love. Kiss me, I want to know what it feels like. 2 pints of water the first time I pissed over your naked hairy body, letting it out slowly while it splashes over your hard cock. I can taste the piss in my mouth. Your cum splashes over my face. You watched as I pretended to climax, inserting a yellow bullet-shaped vibrator. Early 90s Jackie O Club, high on mushrooms, unlicensed, uninsured, driving my Morris Minor, ripped leather seats, no seat belts, they weren't invented then, cassette player, a punter brought for me. He wanted to fuck me. I gave him blowjobs. I helped him steal a car. He wanted me to check the key worked. Daddy's gonna buy me a car. The reason for sitting in the Ford Fiesta. My heart raced as I put the key and turned until the red light appeared, instructed by him. I learnt how to drive. 90 miles an hour around the Dorset countryside. Wild horses reside. 2-hour lessons. Didn't need to learn the highway code. Passed first time. Didn't see another car for 20-minute exam. E-type Jags, doors lifting, remote control. The richest place in England. The old boys would gather in the classic cars, tailgating each other, mint condition. There was something odd I realised when I saw a person of colour. That was what had been missing. Shops boarded up, the bank stopped lending money, Madonna sex book came out. Everybody, it's going to be silver, he shouts, with hands cupping to accelerate his voice. Silver's in! 1920s sequel top, PVC black trousers. We got the tickets to Cats. We went to London. I had sex with you since you brought me the since you brought the tickets. I felt I owed you. I loved the way the tip of your tongue would flick, barely touching, always finishing in satisfaction. My only boyfriend, you 17, me 18. You came too quickly, I didn't give it to you much. Tainted by watching me, I could not pleasure you sucking your cock. I was a virgin too, and didn't want my first experience to be with a punter. We would make each other's heads big, compliment on things we had done. Can we make each other's heads big? I loved that about you. I've tried to find you on Facebook without prevail. I was 18 when I finally learnt how to give myself a climax, liberating, not having to rely on someone else. Perhaps you'll leave me alone with your words of violation and refrain from calling me cyberbully. You clearly have lived an entitled life, privileged. Safe memories of lost love, somewhat hickledy-pickledy. It was you that brought everyone's attention. My views soared.